Hello everyone. Last time we have explained about the structure of microvilli, which are accompanied or associated with the plasma membrane of certain cells, together with a type of cell junction, that is a tight junction. Today we are going to explain the second type of junction between the adjacent cells, called as the gap junctions, or it is also called as a nexus of fascia occludens. So last time we have explained about tight junction. Now we will explain the second type of cell junction, that is gap junction, also called as nexus of fascia occludens. These are called as communicating junctions located at specialized regions of the contact between opposed plasma membranes of the adjacent cells. Means similar to tight junctions, there are some gap junctions, so which are present in a certain regions, or specialized regions between the adjacent cells, and it is also formed by the fusion or formation of some sort of channel or the bridge, or whatever the gap or the intercellular space present between, that will be modified to become a gap junction. So this forms a communicating region or communicating junction between the adjacent cells. So these are called as communicating junctions. So these are responsible for the communication or the transportation of the various biomolecules or components between the adjacent cells or between the cytoplasm of adjacent cells. So the gap junctions are called as communicating junctions, so which allows the some sort of communication between the adjacent cells, maybe the transport of biomolecules between the cells. So these are called as communicating junctions located at specialized region of contact between the opposed plasma membranes of the adjacent cells. It permits or it allows direct transfer of ions. It permits or allows direct transfer of ions or a passage of ions and other small molecules between the cells without traversing the extracellular space. So, in the region of the gap junction, there is no free extracellular space or intracellular space present between, but it is a direct channel or a tube like a portion or the part formed between the outer membranes of the two adjacent cells. So outer membranes opposing to one another, outer membranes of the two adjacent cells, which are opposing membranes or opposite membranes of the two adjacent cells, but when they come together at certain places, forming a junction or a bridge or a channel or a gap between the outer membranes, between the fusion of the outer membranes to form or to get modified to become a gap junction communicating the two adjacent cells, called as gap junctions. So these gap junctions permits or allows direct transfer of the ions and other small molecules between the cells without traversing or without contact of the any extracellular space. So this is just like a channel or the tube formed between the two adjacent cells. The gap junction is characterized by the gap junction is characterized by 2 to 4 nanometer space. The gap junction is characterized by or possessing a 2 to 4 nanometer, that is about 20-degree angstrom unit space. That is about 20-degree angstrom unit space between the two membranes. So in between the two outer membranes there is a space of 2 to 4 nanometer thickness or 20-degree angstrom unit thickness. So that is forming a gap junction. So this gap of 2 to 4 nanometer or 20-degree angstrom unit between the outer membrane is filled up with a densely packed protein particles, each of which appears to be a channel and that connects to the two cells. So in the region of the gap junctions, so whatever the region present between or the gap between the adjacent cells or the outer membranes of the adjacent cells, that is of 2 to 4 nanometer space or 20-degree angstrom unit space present between the two membranes of the adjacent cells. So this particular gap or space, intercellular space, that is filled up with a densely packed proteins. This get filled, this gap of 2 to 4 nanometer space between the two membranes of the adjacent cells is filled up with a densely packed protein particles, and each of which appears to be a channel, and each of which appears to be a channel, and this channel uh, forms a tube-like or a passage between the two cells, and these are the several uh, densely packed protein particles. There may be several densely packed protein particles get formed between the space of the two membranes or the two adjacent cells. So this space or the gap of 2 to 4 nanometer between the two cells in the region of gap junction is filled up with a densely packed protein particles, and each of which appears to be a channel. So each particle is having its separate channel or a passage or a cavity in the each of the uh, protein particle. So there are several densely packed protein particles, and each of which will have a channel or a gap or a tube-like passage present between the two cells, that will formed between the two cells. So these channels that connects the two cells. In tangential section, in a lateral section or in a tangential section, the gap junctions shows hexagonal array of 8 to 9 nm particles, 8 to 9 nm particles. So in a gap junction, there are several hexagonal densely packed protein particles, and each of the protein particle will have a thickness of 8 to 9 nanometer. 8 to 9 nanometer gap or the tubular channel present between a densely packed protein particles, and this forms a channels. So in a tangential section in a tangential section or a cross section of the gap junction, cross section of the region of gap junction represents hexagonal array or hexagonal ring or annulus or the ring like structure, hexagonal structure representing the several particles, protein particles, which are densely packed and having thickness of or a diameter of 8 to 9 nanometer. So 8 to 9 nanometer particles which are arranged in the form of hexagonal array, and this will form a several channels or the gaps communicating between two adjacent cells. At the center of each particle and at the center of each particle there is a channel. So hexagonal pattern in a tangential section represents presence of several protein particles, and each of the protein particle is having a gap or a channel of 8 to 9 nanometer diameter. So there are such several protein particles having a channel of 8 to 9 nm and which are found arranged in a compact manner between the two cells or the adjacent cells. So there are several channels which are found among the protein particles which are forming a channels with a diameter of 8 to 9 nanometer, and each of the particle having a channel or the cavity, and they represents region in which there are junctional channels. They are representing regions in which there are junctional channels, that is of 1.5 to 2 nm in a diameter. There are they are representing the regions in which there are junctional channels. So these are having 1.5 to 2 nanometer diameter, through which ions and small molecules can pass from one cell to other. Cells have gap junctions. So whatever the cells having gap junctions are electrically coupled or connected. Cells having gap junctions are electrically coupled or connected. That is, there is a free flow of electric current. That is, there is a free flow of electric current carried by the ions through these channels of the protein particles with a diameter of 1.5 to 2 nanometer. So there is about a gap of 8 to 9 nanometer thickness, forming hexagonal array of protein particles, forming a tube or a subdivision of the tube or the gap junction into several channels of the protein particles. So in a tangential section it shows hexagonal hexagonal region formed by a compact arrangement of the protein particles, and each of the protein particle will have a channel or the tubular cavity passage of 1.5 to 2 nanometer. So there are such several protein particles, each with a channel of 1.5 to 2 nanometer. So this will form hexagonal arrangement of the protein particles in a region of gap junction. So this will form a complete bridge or a tube or a connection or a channel between the two adjacent cells, and this represents the gap junction. So it is a communicating junction. It is communicating junction found between the adjacent cells, and it is formed by the opposed plasma membranes of the adjacent cells, and that permits or allows direct transfer of the ions and the other small molecules between the cells without leaving any extracellular space in the region of the gap junction. So the gap junction is characterized by 2 to 4 nanometer 20-degree or 20-degree angstrom unit space between the two membranes, and the gap is filled with the gap, that is the space present between the adjacent cell, is filled up with a densely packed protein particles, each of which appears to be a channel that connects the two cells. In a tangential sectional gap, it shows a hexagonal array of 8 to 9 nm particles. So hexagonal array, or collectively there are uh, about 6 number of protein particles. These may be in a 6 number. So hexagonal arrangement of the protein particles, and each of the protein particle will have a space of 1.5 to 2 nanometer diameter channel. So whatever the number of protein particles, that much number of channels are present in the region of the gap junction connecting two adjacent cells, and this allows the free passage of the ions and the small molecules between the adjacent cells. So due to formation of the gap junction between the adjacent cells, the cells having gap junction are electrically coupled or connected because of the passage of ions or the uh, electric current in the form of ions between the two cells. So this represents the gap junctions which are electrically coupled because of passage of ions between the cells. So ultimately this forms a charge or the electric current in the region of gap junction. So ultimately, the two cells are connected electrically together by means of the gap junctions because of free passage of ions and small molecules between the adjacent cells through the gap junctions. The macromolecular unit structure of the gap junction, the macromolecular large sized, the macromolecular unit structure of gap junction also called as a cone axon. The macromolecular unit, the macromolecular unit structure of the gap junction, also called as cone axon, which appears as an annulus, or a ring of 6 subunits surrounding the channels. As we have explained earlier, that is, gap junctions are composed of densely packed protein particles, and each of which is having about 1.5 to 2 nanometer diameter channels. So, in a macromolecular unit, or the larger unit, in a macromolecular or larger unit structure or large sized gap junction, also called as cone axon, which appears as an annulus, or a ring composed of 6 units, subunits surrounding the channel. So each of the subunit having a channel or the gap. So this forms a hexagonal ring. Hexagonal ring might be composed of 6 channels or 6 subunits, annulus of 6 subunits, and these 6 subunits are forming a ring or the annulus, and also the tube-like cavities in each of the subunit through this hexagonal annulus or the ring. So this will form a channel or a 6 sub-channels in the region of gap junction. It is believed that the sliding of the subunits, the position of the subunits, the position or the location of the subunits of the hexagonal or annulus ring, hexagonal region of cone axon, or annulus of, or a ring of 6 subunits. These are sliding or changing their position, and thus uh, this may lead to opening and closing of the gap junction or the channel. So it is believed that the sliding of the subunits or the change of positions of the 6 subunits causes the channel or a tubular passage of the gap junction to open or close. The permeability of the channel is regulated by calcium ions and ATP molecules, that is, which provides the energy. So the permeability or the passage of different molecules through the channel of the gap junction is regulated by calcium ions and ATP, which provides the energy. Cyclic AMP plays a regulatory role. Cyclic AMP, adenosine monophosphate. Cyclic AMP plays a regulatory role in the formation of gap junction. So this is what the information regarding the gap junctions. So one thing that should be kept in mind, or remember, that the tight junctions which are formed between the adjacent cells, forming the intermediate membrane between the adjacent cells and forming a barrier or preventing the passage or the transport of biomolecules between the cells. But in case of gap junctions, these are the communicating junctions forming a bridge or channel or a complete connection or connecting component between the adjacent cells to form a gap junctions. So gap junctions are the communicating junctions which are located at specialized regions of the contact between the opposed plasma membranes of the adjacent cells, and it permits or allows direct transfer of ions and small molecules between the cells without traversing or without leaving any extracellular space between the adjacent cells. This means this completely forms a bridge. The gap junction is characterized by a 2 to 4 nanometer or 20-degree angstrom unit space between the two membranes. So this gap of the 2 to 4 nanometer thickness is filled up with a densely packed protein particles, and each of which appears to be a channel that consists of two cells, or that connecting two cells. So the gap, that is a space between the adjacent cell, that is a gap of about 20-degree angstrom unit, is filled up with a densely packed protein particles, and each of protein particle appears to be a channel or having a cavity inside, and these are connecting the two cells. So there are several number of protein particles or several number of such channels formed by densely packed or arranged protein particles between the adjacent cells, forming a, a bundle of channels, forming a bundle, that much number of protein particles. So each of the protein particle is having channel. So there are several protein particles are bound together between the two adjacent cells and forming a complete bridge of several channels in the region of gap junction. So the gap is filled with densely packed protein particles, and each of the protein particle appears to be or having a channel or the cavity inside connecting the two cells. In tangential section, gap junction shows hexagonal array or a part of 8 to 9 NM particle, 8 to 9 thick NM particle, and at the center of each particle there is a channel. At the center of each particle there is a channel, and they represent regions in which, there are junctional channels. So these junctional channels of each of the protein particle having a space or a diameter of 1.5 to 2 nanometer in the that is a connecting channel of thickness or diameter of 1.5 to 2 nanometer, and there are such several channels formed together due to the densely packed protein particles, each with a channel of 1.5 to 2 nanometer. So this will ultimately form a junction of gap or with channels through which ions and small molecules can pass from one cell to the other. So cells having gap junctions are electrically coupled or connected. Cells having the gap junctions are connected or coupled electrically due to the passage of ions or the electric current between the cells through the gap junction. The macromolecular unit structure, the macromolecular large sized structure of the gap junction, also called as cone axon, which appears as an annulus or a ring of 6 subunits surrounding the channels. So there are such a 6 subunits and each with a channel. It is believed that the sliding of the subunits, so change of position of the subunits out of 6, causes the channel or a gap junction cavity of the channel to open and close the channel. The permeability of the channel is regulated by calcium ions. The permeability of the channel is regulated by calcium ions, and ATP provides the energy. Even cyclic EMP plays a regulatory role in the formation of gap junction. Now we will explain the structure of gap junction with the help of diagram. So this is a diagram showing all the three type of junctions which we are going to study under the heading or the topic, that is the cell junctions. So already we have explained tight junction and the gap junction. So in this diagram, at first you can see the gap junction. The yellow colored sheets, there are two yellow colored sheet. In a first diagram, you can see the two sheets like a lamellae or the plasma membrane or the cell membranes with a yellow colored sheets, and in between which there is a violet colored gap. In between there is a violet colored gap present between the two plasma membranes. So in a gap junction, it is a simple structure. It is forming a channel or the tube-like channel. So wherever there are gap junctions present between the adjacent cells, so plasma membranes or the outer membranes of the adjacent cells are fused together or connected together. So wherever they are fused, that will form a gap junction, tight junction, and wherever the gap between the two membranes or the outer membranes of the adjacent cells which are connected together by means of a gap junction. So this may be in the form of a protein uh, particles, binding of protein particles between the adjacent cells and covering the space or the thick extracellular space whatever present between the two membranes, that is connected due to the formation of the protein particles, and these protein particles are again having the channels or the cavities inside. So there may be one, two, three or more number of protein particles, and each of the protein particle is having a gap or a channel inside, and these channels are the protein particles which are connecting together uh, to form a gap junction between the adjacent cells or between the outer membranes of the two adjacent cells. So in diagram you can see there are three structures uh, which are occurring tangentially on the outer membrane of the cells, adjacent cells, adjoining cells or the adjacent cells which are having their outer membrane with extracellular space of about uh, 2 to 4 nanometer or might be up to 20-degree angstrom unit, and that is uh, connected by means of formation of gap junctions which are composed of protein particles having lateral channels inside. So in a first diagram, out of these three diagrams, in first diagram you can see the gap junction. So these yellow colored sheets representing the outer membrane, and the side view of the yellow colored membrane or the outer membrane of one of the cell representing the spherical structures, gray colored spherical structures representing the side view of the gap junctions. And in a lateral view, in a side view, you can see uh, there are three gap junctions formed as a narrow bridges or the narrow channels between the adjacent sheets or the plasma membrane of the adjacent cells to form a gap junction. The middle one is a desmosome. This is a somewhat larger in size. The gap or the space in the region of desmosome is somewhat more between the two adjacent cells or the outer membranes of the cells and forming a desmosome. So there are again several type of desmosomes which will explain next time. Then in a last diagram, this one the structure of tight junction. So tight junctions are formed by the complete fusion of the outer membranes of adjacent cells or the adjoining cells at the predistal ends. So this is a complete fusion of the outer membrane and forming a single intermediate membrane, single thick multi-layered or many laminated ridge or the intermediate membrane between the adjacent cells, and this forms a tight junction preventing the transfer of biomolecules through the tight junction. So tight junctions are the regions where the membranes of the two cells, outer membranes of the two cells are fused together to form a thick ridge, maybe up to 5 layered ridge or the intermediate membrane between the adjacent cells in the region of tight junction. So, in this region of the tight junction, that there won't be a passage of biomolecules or any component through the tight junction. So, this forms a barrier between the barrier or preventing the permeability or the transfer of substances between the adjacent cells. So, tight junction. So, last diagram is a tight junction. The first diagram is representing gap junction, middle one is a desmosome, and third one that is representing tight junctions, where the outer membranes of the adjacent cells, are fused completely together to form a thick ridge or a seal or a barrier between the adjacent cells. So, in the region of the tight junction, there is no passage or the transfer of substances will take place between the adjacent cells. So, in the diagram you can see there are three tight junctions. Formed between the two membranes of the adjacent cells. In the region of gap, in the first diagram you can see the gap junction, three gap junctions which are formed between the extracellular space of the adjacent cells and forming a bridge or the connection, tube-like connections to form the gap junctions. So, which are called as communicating channels. So, there is a free passage of ions and small molecules through the gap junctions or the channel of the gap junction between the adjacent cells. So, this is what about the gap junction. Next time will explain the remaining type of cell junction, that is a desmosome. So, with this today we will stop here, and next time we will explain remaining part of the cell junctions, that is a desmosome. Thank you.